Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I thought it would be fun to go over with you my last haul of 2020. These are items that have come into my life since my last haul that went up in September. I have already filmed this video one time, but I ended up being completely yellow for whatever reason. So today I thought I would refilm and show you a little bit better and hopefully better lighting what has come into my life since September. And clearly it's a lot, so why don't we go ahead and get into it. Okay, as we get started, I have a couple items that I actually purchased myself, like at Christmas time or Black Friday sales, but then a lot of this was sent to me by a friend, Lou. Thank you so much. I know I've already thanked you in person, but she sent a care package over to me in Sweden and it was just so sweet. So I have a lot of goodies to play with now, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to pull out skincare first. Okay, I'll start with the items, the bigger items on top. This is a CeraVe Nighttime Moisture, or it's just called the Moisturizing Cream, but I've been using this at night lately. I had been kind of eyeing something that was thicker, a more occlusive nighttime cream, and this one I saw a review on online and decided to just go for it, especially when I saw I had a coupon here for like the Apotex store that I like to get these kind of items from, and this has been such a nice nighttime find. It is a very, very thick cream. In fact, I tried to put it on in the daytime one day, and I was a little bit too luminous at the end of the day. So this is definitely my new nighttime moisturizer and I'm actually really enjoying this. The other thing I have here is the Garnier Micellar Water. I'm not typically someone who uses these things, but I've had a little bit of trouble getting some lash glue and mascara off of my eyelashes lately, so I decided to pick one of these up, and I wish I could have found like a normal size version of this just to see if I liked it, but the only one I could find in the store that I was in was this giant version, so I'm gonna try to use this thing up this year. And of course, right after I buy this large thing, I walked into Sephora and they were giving out this little like eye makeup remover from them. So I have a little sample guide too that I now need to use up. But let's go ahead and get into the item that Lou sent me. She sent me over this cleansing milk here. I've used it a little bit and I really am enjoying that a lot. She also sent me a CeraVe moisturizer. This is an AM or like an ultra light moisturizing lotion, but it has 30 SPF in it. And I actually have been needing to pick up another like moisturizing kind of lotion that has SPF in it. So I'm really excited to use this. I haven't tried this yet. I know I tend to love CeraVe products, so I'm actually really excited to try this. She also sent me a Pixi Skin, or it's a vitamin makeup mist, and I actually have not ever tried Pixi products either, and so I'm really excited to try this too. I have given this a couple squirts, I think I used it on 2 different days, and I love the little mister here, so I'm really excited to get some more use out of this. She also sent over this little sheet mask that looks super cool. It's a holographic sheet mask, so I'm excited to try that out. And then some Shiseido. I have been struggling to say that word right. I think in the last video that I filmed when I was editing it, I was just shaking my head at the amount of times that I said it wrong. These are Shiseido cotton pads, and I've always heard really good things about these particular cotton pads, so I'm actually really excited to try these out. And then she also sent me a Pacifica C Love Vitamin Serum. I have never even heard of this product. I didn't even know this existed, so I'm really excited to try this out. And then I have here a NYX lip oil. Like, I literally just finished my last one. It was in my last Empties video. I so enjoyed that lip oil, so I'm so glad to have a backup of it. And then I also got 2 Noonie Apple Lip Mask and a Kissable Lip Oil. I'm not quite sure if I'm saying the brand name correctly, but I have been using this just a little bit already, and I'm in love with this lip oil. I love this thing. And then I just recently opened this up because I finished a lip mask recently, and I used this the other night and it was really nice. So I'm excited to keep using this, and I'm pretty sure I will love this product. Okay, let me quickly go through the makeup items she sent me. I don't understand how someone can be so generous, and she sent me so much cool items that I've been wanting to try. I have an e.l.f. like brow mascara in the shade Brunette. I have a Stay Matte powder, which I already have one of these, but I actually really love this powder, so I don't mind having a second one. And then I have a Wet n Wild little Brulee shadow. I really like this for setting my eyelid. And then she sent me this Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. I actually have never tried these palettes before. I've used this a handful of times, but I love the like really warm like color story. This is typically my jam, especially like summer and fall. So I'm super excited to kind of have this to play around with. I also got this Milani eyeshadow primer, and I'm super excited about this because from what I can tell, it's really similar to the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer that I have, and I would love to be able to replace that primer for a much more affordable price, so that's exciting. And then I also have been dying to try this mascara, and this is the Lash Princess from Essence. I haven't opened this yet because I'm working on a couple more, but I am dying to try this one. Now this next product is one that I actually already filmed a lip swatch in because I included it in my winter kind of makeup series, and I actually really like this color. It's a beautiful like winter color for me, and you could also wear it in fall too, and spring, so I'm really excited to have this. And I actually had never tried this formula out before she sent it to me. And then the last bit I have here are 3 primers, and I'm just so excited to have primers. I love trying primers. Like, that's the one thing I think over the past year that I didn't really buy myself a ton of, and that I actually miss doing because I actually really just like trying these out. So we have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, the Jelly Prop Primer, which I've used this one a handful of times, and it's so cool. It's such a sticky, grippy kind of primer, which is unlike anything I've ever tried before, so that's so fun. And then, like I said, the e.l.f. Poreless Primer I've used a couple times, and I'm quite liking this too, and I'm excited to use it more. And then the other one here is the Magic Lumi Primer from L'Oreal, and I've only used this once, but it was really pretty when I did use it, so I want to use it some more this year. Okay, getting into the last bit of makeup that I purchased. These are all things that I purchased myself here. The first thing is I have the Vitamin Enriched Face Base from Bobbi Brown. I have been dying to try this primer. I've always heard how good it is, and I have not used it yet, but it smells amazing. I often just don't even look or think to buy makeup here in Sweden unless I see a sale sticker on it, because typically things are higher priced here, since I guess it's harder to get the items here. But I was checking the Kicks website before Black Friday and noticed that this was the same price pretty much that it was in the US. And so when they did, I believe it was like 30% off, I was like, you know what, I'll never get 30% off at Sephora because I've never spent enough to, I've always been insider, I've never even gone up to like VIB or whatever. So I thought, you know what, this might be my only time to get this slightly discounted, even though it's still a super expensive product. But I am glad that it has like 1.7 ounces, whereas I think most primers just have 1 ounce. So I'm excited to try this out this year. I have really high hopes for this product, and I hope that it lives up to those high expectations. So fingers crossed for this one. Okay, this next product is one that I always see in stores around here in Sweden, and I've never picked it up, and I finally just decided to do it. This bronzer is actually kind of expensive, even though this is an Isadora bronzer. This is a Swedish brand that I always see in stores here. It's in H&M, it's in the drugstore pharmacies, the apotheks here, and it's kind of what I would describe as a Swedish drugstore brand, although I will say that like the prices are more expensive. Like, I believe like their lippy pencils or lippy sticks or gloss sticks and things run you at least $12 to $15. I haven't really seen something in this line that runs less than $12 to $15. So it is a Swedish, like, more affordable brand, but it is still expensive. And I've always thought that this bronzer looked intriguing, so I did pick it up, and I have been enjoying it. It's a little on the red tone side from what I can see, but it's not unwearable in the winter. So I am excited to have some Swedish makeup finally. Another Swedish brand that I recently picked up was from, again, the drugstore here. I noticed it was on their like clearance outlet part of the website when I was ordering like toothpaste and mouthwash and things like that. This is Idun, and this is a face palette from them. It's got a matte bronzer, a shimmering bronzer, a shimmering or illuminating blush, and then a highlighter. I have worn this a couple times. I took this on a recent trip that we went on, and it was, the highlight was the one that I found the hardest to wear. Everything else was really beautiful, but that pulls very like silver white on me. It's a little too cool tone, but I am going to keep playing with it. Maybe if I layer it under some other highlighters, I'll be able to use it more, or maybe I just need to see it in a different light. But this one is one that I'm excited to keep testing. I actually have seen this brand around a lot in Sweden, but it always is definitely way more expensive. This typically retails for about $40 something maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. And when I saw this on the website, it was actually like 70% off. So I finally was like, all right, I'm gonna try that Swedish brand out for a little bit. All right, these next two here are things that I picked up just the other day in Sephora here, and they were on sale. Again, they do some good sales from time to time, typically at the end of holidays or at the change of seasons. So this is the Becca Wild Honey Blush. I'm excited to try that out. I've only swatched it. And then we have Becca Moonstone. I haven't worn it yet either, and I'm really excited too. And then last up, I have 3 eyeshadow palettes. One of them you've already seen because I've talked about it in a couple other videos. This is the Sigma Enchanted palette. I got this from Beauty Bay on their Black Friday sale. Really beautiful palette, and I actually rolled this into my recent Pan Those Eyeshadows project, so that's what that looks like. It's a beautiful, more muted palette, and the shades aren't quite what I expected. I'll try to save a more detailed review for another time. Now, this next palette was admittedly one that I definitely didn't need, and I had honestly talked myself out of it when I saw it release. I was very intrigued when it released. But then I saw some reviews saying it was pretty good, some reviews saying that it was just okay, but I actually did really like the color story, and I really wanted some more pastel shades this past year, and I didn't have any of them in my collection that I felt were really that satisfactory. So on Black Friday, this was on sale a good bit, and I just decided to try it out. I've only swatched it, and I can already kind of tell what people are talking about in terms of it doesn't have the most pigment, and you have to kind of really lay it down versus like blend it out, because it will blend away. But again, I did want to really play with some of these colors, so I figured it was a good chance for me to try it out. And if I find that I like these pastels, then maybe I can invest in better pastels, but I just couldn't pass up a sale that was as good as this on Black Friday. Okay, for the last palette, we have the Solmona palette from the Odin's Eye brand. This is a Swedish makeup brand. I had seen It's Just Steph rave about this palette, and I've seen a couple other, I watched a lot of other reviews, honestly, before I decided to buy this, because I knew that the color story wasn't truly unique to what I had, and I kept hearing good things about the formula over and over again, and I do like the color story, even if it's not the most unique thing, so I did decide to recently pick this up. I placed my order on Black Friday, and it took way over. I literally got it right at the end of December. Like, it was well after Christmas when it finally came to me in the mail, even though it's a Swedish makeup brand. I think the problem is that they ship from Hong Kong, and I know a lot of other people who placed like Black Friday orders, and they got their orders in the US well before I did, but I don't know, it took a long time to get here, but I have not tried it on my eyes yet. I have done a little bit of swatching of it, and it's really pretty. And I'm excited to do like a get ready with me or something soon with this palette and try this on camera with everyone first. So yeah, that's everything. And I realize as I say that's everything that it's not a little amount of stuff. I'm very, very excited to play with some of this stuff. Thank you again to Lou for sending so many of these kind things over to me. I'm so excited. I have a lot of goodies to play with in this new year, and hopefully that'll keep me from wanting to buy too many things as this new year begins. But yeah, like I said, I have plenty to play with. I hope everybody had safe and happy holidays, happy new year, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.